peaches! Delicious and sweet peaches! You, sir, would you like a peach? Hey, you! If you're not buying, then you're in the way. Now, move along. You, how about it? Would you like a fresh sweet peach? Oh, hey, you! Wait! Whoa! What are you?
Hmm? What's going on?
Thank you. Hey, just give up already.
Forgive me! My family haven't eaten in days!
And what of it? You're just another refugee who couldn't protect your land. If you don't work, how do you expect to provide for your family?
I would work if I could, but...
Shopkeep. Here.
Huh?
This should cover it, I believe. Enough for his whole family.
That's... well... that could buy dozens!
I mean, brother, isn't that a bit much?
Is it? I suppose you're right. How about this, then? Consider it in advance. You can work for me to pay it off.
You mean...
Hey, we are part of Liu Bei's army. A force whose sole purpose is to protect the people and bring about peace. Are you? I knew it was you. I've not seen you since G, but it is good to see you doing well.
Someone you know, brother?
Yes. We fought together in G province. These are my companions. We swore a vow of brotherhood with each other just recently. This is Zhang Fei. And this is Liu Bei, the eldest of us three.
It's good to meet you. I have heard from Guan Yu that you were a man of great valor.
I am surprised you remember, brother. I only spoke of him but for a moment at a feast.
That was more than enough. Remembering names and reputations is a skill of mine. As unimpressive as it may be. Oh, well, being told that in person is a little embarrassing. And by the way, we will be fighting against the vanguard of the Yellow Turbans tomorrow, by order of the governor. Would you be interested in joining us?
Hey, what's this about? You don't think we're enough?
No, that's not it.
Then why?
Right from the moment we formed our volunteer army, we have welcomed any tough fighter, no matter who they may be. And from what Guan Yu told us, he made the government forces look like incompetent fools. I want to fight with him and see his skills for myself.
Well, if that's your decision, all right. But first, I need to see how strong a warrior he is. So let's put you to the test. If you can beat me, I'll welcome you. Good. At least you're up for a fight. Come on, then. Let's go somewhere with enough space.
Do you see what I meant now, Zhang Fei? His skills are not lacking in the slightest.
Well, that may be so. He's not a total weakling, at least.
Can't you just say he's good, Zhang Fei? Sorry about him. If you would be willing to fight with us, then please, come by the Volunteer Army's tent. You would be most welcome.
I second my brother's request. It would be very heartening to have you on our side. I know you must have conflicted feelings after what happened in G. After all, we'd both have died back then without the Yellow Turban's help. However, we cannot turn a blind eye to them attacking and looting the homes of not only government officials, but even ordinary people. It appears that they no longer fight for justice. That is why I've decided to stop them. It will be my way of repaying my debt. I trust that you are driven by a similar desire. It is good to have you here.
So you're not one to ignore people crying out for help. I respect that.
Welcome to the Volunteer Army. We appreciate you joining us. Soon it will be time to march.
Why, brother? Are you feeling anxious? Scared even?
Quite the opposite. I'm thrilled that it is finally beginning. We are about to win our first victory, my brothers. I mean, how can we not with such formidable allies?
Well spoken.
This is the Liu Bei we vowed to follow.
Now, let the heavens witness our might. Thank you again, all of you. Today we won a great victory, an auspicious beginning for our volunteer army. I would like to rest. But first, I must report to his lordship, the governor.
Indeed. Duty first, then we'll raise our cups in celebration.
I'll go to the castle. You head back to the road, and I'll catch up with you.
There is no more work to be done. Spend your time as you will. Feel free to return to your inn.
If you have nothing to attend to, come see me later. You'll find me on the road.
Brother, welcome back. What did the governor say?
He was impressed by our success, and has ordered us to go to the aid of government forces in Yingchuan.
Yes, yes. And what else?
Nothing else. Why, you expected more?
Yeah, of course I did. Was there no mention of a reward?
Ah, that. There may have been, but I do not recall exactly.
We risk our lives, and you're sent away with nothing but a pat on the back and new orders.
We do not fight for gold or rewards. This is good enough for the time being.
Yes, Guan Yu is right.
But...
Think on it, Zhang Fei. This is just the first step on the road to great things. We are turning our talk, our dreams into reality. Doesn't that fill your heart with fire?
I'm no match for your passion, brother.
You were a great help to us. I'm glad we met back there. I like the way you handle yourself. Will you do us the honor of fighting alongside us?
I know you. You are the ones who subdued the Yellow Turbans. In Yo.
Yes.
What is your name? Where are you from?
Liu Bei of Chuo. Vassal to Lord Lu Ji.
Liu Bei. I do not know that name. Your position?
I have none. I work to provide help to those who need my services.
Volunteer swordsman. But still, it's a good thing, I suppose, for like-minded men to gather like this.
Thank you for your kind words. However, ours is a ragged crew. Unlike your lordship, we are humble, and our numbers few. It is natural for you to doubt us. However, if you were to give us one chance, here and now, to prove our worth, let this ragged band of volunteers show that we can be of service to the mighty Han.
Bold words. Perhaps it is only bluster.
But I see no reason not to give them a chance. They could become a valuable asset. You will serve under Cao Cao and fight together in the vanguard. Acceptable?
Of course.
Then this discussion is concluded. Don't let us down.
Sir!
My lord, you have returned. So, is the meeting over?
Who are these people? I don't recognize them.
They're a volunteer force, said to have crushed the Yellow Turbans in Yo Province. They will be under my command in the coming battle.
Oh?
Allow me to officially introduce myself. My name is Cao Cao. I look forward to seeing what you're capable of in combat.
Sir!
So, I take it you're a lot more capable than the government forces. I am Xiahou Yuan. We welcome anyone who is here to help our lord. Isn't that right, cousin?
Xiahou Dun. You would do well to remember that if we're to fight together.
Thank you for your words of welcome.
They seem like more reasonable people than the ones earlier.
It would be wrong to think that all government forces are the same. Some among them are said to be even more brutal than the Yellow Turbans.
Indeed. And those are Cao Cao's true enemies. The battle against the Yellow Turbans will also aid us in removing corruption from the government. Keep that in mind. Cao Cao never acts to gratify his personal desires. How direct? Well, it won't take you long working under Cao Cao to realize what I said is true.
Xiahou Dun, enough. When a man is not guided by the law, he is no different from a beast. Whether he is a Yellow Turban or a government soldier is irrelevant. Men who behave like beasts must be punished. That's all that matters.
I've heard enough moralizing. I must go and supervise the battle preparations.
Very well. You should ensure the volunteer force is ready for battle. I'll inform you of our plans later.
Leave it to me.
Hey, you! I didn't catch your name. I'll remember you. We're done here. Show me what you're made of in the coming battle.
Hey, so Why weren't we invited to the War Council? Huh? We did more than anyone else in the last fight.
Zhangfei, remember our place. We are a band of volunteers without official positions. If we start demanding to be included in the council, we'll be seen as a burden rather than an ally.
Ah, you might be right, brother, but it still aggravates me.
Yes, I am of the same opinion. While our men were thrown into confusion by the sorcery, your militia alone kept your heads. None can dispute your contribution to our victory. I will ensure your efforts are recognized.
Why, thank you, Lord Cao Cao. We owe our success in battle to this warrior, who saw through the enemy's sorcery. He, too, deserves your lordship's praise.
I see. So, that clear-eyed gaze of yours sees through sorcery, does it? You rise above the chaos on the ground, roam the length of the battlefield, find the path to victory. Like a bird of prey soaring in the sky. Zuluan, that should be your name.
A winged omen that heralds the reign of a good king and condemns that of a wicked king, leading the world toward peace. Peace and the Luan.
Cao Cao, stop warbling like a poet. You're just confusing them.
His lordship is a true scholar.
Still, Zuluan. It has a nice ring to it, and fits you well.
Yes, I like it too.
It's not our opinion that counts, though, is it, brother?
Lively group you have here. I shall be counting on you in the coming battles.
Lord Chujin, you wish to see me?
I did. We have a job for you and your men. Here in Jing, our advanced forces have already driven the Yellow Turbans back into Wan Castle. We want your volunteers to rendezvous with the Vanguard and finish off the enemy together.
The Vanguard, you say? Very well, my lord. In our hands, the mission is as good as done.
Excellent. Good luck, Liu Bei.
A report, my lord. Lord Sun Jian has arrived. He asks for an audience with you, my lord.
Oh, then send him in. We must thank him for his efforts in Jing.
Sir.
Ah, I recognize you. You fought well in the battle. A most impressive performance.
It was you who won the victory, Lord Sun Jian. Not with the sword, but with your words. To persuade the Yellow Turbans to lay down their weapons.
Better that than suffering them to die in vain. The Yellow Turbans have their cause, right or not, and I understand what drives men to die for what they believe in. But they will not win their cause, nor feed their starving families, by throwing themselves on the swords of my men. I am an officer of the government, and though I know it sounds arrogant to speak this way, the Yellow Turbans make false promises to inflame the minds of those who would fight for life, and so lead them instead to death.
I think I agree with you, your lordship. Those poor souls didn't join the Yellow Turbans just to be slaughtered on the battlefield. When I met you in G, they were not as fanatical as they seem now. Indeed. Yet I still remember the righteousness I saw in your heart.
G Province. Are you talking about the disturbance last year? I heard 2 great warriors drove off an official's private army.
It's probably best you don't know the details.
Then I shall pretend I never asked. After all, I've no interest in arresting men of honor. You seem calm, yet I sense a fire burning within you. You're my type of warrior, truth be told. When officials turn to tyranny, it is a sign that imperial power is weakening. At such times, we must rise to the occasion. I am sure that we will have the chance to fight together again sometime. I, for one, look forward to it.
G Province, you say?
Yes. Huang Fu Song went with Cao Cao in pursuit of Zhang Bao. We will lead Sun Jian and go after Zhang Liang. Soon, they will both be at our mercy. The survivors will try to regroup, combine their forces in one place.
Of course. G Province. The home base of the Yellow Turbans.
Yes. Lord Lu Ji has already arrived in Ji and is taking control. I want you to provide him with support.
Lord Lu Ji, my old mentor. Thank you for selecting us for this mission.
Ah, yes, I remember that now. I am sure Lord Lu Ji would be glad to have you.
Yes. Until I met him, I was a mediocre student. But he changed my attitude. For that, I owe him a great deal. We shall set off right away.
Lu Ji is not here.
Why not?
He has been imprisoned for refusing to give the attendants the bribes they expected.
No.
He stuck to his principles and allowed himself to be condemned for a crime he did not commit. He is a fool.
The corrupt officials are the ones at fault. There is no reason Lord Lu Ji should be blamed.
Those with power live. Those without die. Anyone who fails to understand this truth is nothing more than a fool. Cunning is but another means to power. Lu Ji failed to realize this, and now finds himself a captive. So, are you one of the powerful, or not? I do not judge on status or title. Prove it during this battle. You may make a name for yourself if you are successful.
And if I fail to do so?
Then the battlefield will claim your life. That goes for both of us. We have defeated Zhang Zhao's main force in battle. And it seems you've proven that you can at least survive.
Aye.
I hear both Zhang Bao and Zhang Liang are facing defeat after defeat. The end is near for the Yellow Turbans. Now, let me ask you, out of curiosity, what do you think Zhang Zhao lacked? Why has he been forsaken by the heavens, fallen from grace? Not quite. But not wrong either. Zhang Zhao did not have power. Not enough to move the heavens with his own hands, at least. It matters not what one's ideals are. Without strength or victory, nothing is accomplished. In both politics and war, the weak are the first to flounder. And as soon as one has shown their weakness, their fate is sealed.
Ridiculous. So those without strength are destined for doom?
That is the nature of this realm.
It's nature. Lord Huang Fusong and Lord Ju Jin have arrived. The final battle will be upon us soon.
It would be best to focus before we head into battle.
I, for one, can't help but get excited. What's wrong, brother?
No. It's just that it feels like I'm dreaming it all. We started out merely wanting to help those who are suffering. And now, we are fighting alongside the land's finest warriors. Think about that. We are about to make an incredible difference in this realm. Is that not amazing?
A tad early for that, is it not? I am sure that sort of talk can wait until the victory banquet.
Lord Sun Jian, it has been too long.
Tales of your volunteer army's exploits have made the rounds. Quite impressive.
Feels strange hearing that from you.
Friends with the Tiger of Jiangdong as well, I see. Truly an army to be reckoned with.
Lord Cao Cao. I've been told that you drove back Zhang Bao.
Yes, but we haven't defeated him yet. It all depends on the upcoming battle. It will soon be time for us to depart. Be sure to make your preparations by then. Now then, I assume we're all ready? We have the Yellow Turbans cornered. This battle will likely decide their fate.
We have achieved victory against them time and again. There is nothing for us to fear. Believe in one another and march forward, and we shall be unstoppable. I also look forward to seeing what the volunteers can do.
We came here to put an end to the turmoil. And we will give our all to see it done.
Ha! I see no need for further discussion, Cao Cao. All that's left is to hunt down the wounded beasts.
Very well. Let us go.
Zhang Zhao has evaded us. We are still making every effort to find him, but...
I see. Very well. Dismissed. He was wounded badly. I doubt he'd make it.
No! We must find him! Search every corner!
We've searched everywhere. Spending more time on this will only exhaust our troops.
Oh. He will die soon, even if we leave him be. Not even a doctor of surpassing skill would be able to save him. But his death must be one of humiliation.
You want to?
A hero who died bravely, fighting to the bitter end. Such a death could very well become the symbol for another uprising. Unless we cut off his head and display it, the Yellow Turbans will rise again. That we cannot allow.
On this one, Dong Zhuo is right. Split up and search for Zhang Zhao. Understood?
Did you hear? Huang Fusong has been spreading rumors. He's saying they dug up Zhang Zhao's grave to cut off his head? As if anyone even knows where his grave or body is.
Although it is Lord Huang Fusong who has been saying such things. Apparently, he was put up to it by Lord Dun Zhuo.
That makes me sick to my stomach.
We must learn from Zhang Jiao. Ever since we first fought against the Yellow Turbans, I have been thinking. I believe Zhang Jiao was a man of dignity, who stood up to help those in suffering. But he grew too hasty in working toward his goals, and lost something important along the way. Who is to say that we will not make the same mistake?
Brother.
That is why I've decided to wait for my opportunity. I still need to think calmly and thoroughly about how we might best serve the people. Besides, we have plenty of time now that the battle is over. And apparently, there is an official post we'll be needed for here in G.
You know, you are much too patient, brother. But you know what? I agree that rushing won't do any good.
Indeed. As your sworn brothers, we walk the same path as you.
That's right. Oh, wait a minute. What are you gonna do about the volunteer army?
It is disbanded as of today. Each of us must now go to our own battlefields, wherever we are most needed. But of course, I expect we will see each other again. In the meantime, we are going to do what we can here in G. Come by at any time. We'd be happy to welcome you. I'm glad you came. What luck that you also happen to be here in Yo. We've had our share of trouble of late. But meeting you again like this really feels like it was meant to be.
After suppressing the Yellow Turbans, we were given a position in G Province. However, the local officials didn't seem very pleased with our lack of pedigree.
And they treated us all like idiots. So I had to teach them a little lesson. But that led to us being forced to leave the province.
Don't feel bad, Zhang Fei. The way they treated us got under my skin, too. That is what brought us here to Yo Province. To ask my old friend Lord Gong Sun Zan for help. To thank him for his warm welcome. We are going to have to achieve great things in this battle. It is almost time to head for the front. Let us fill you in on the plan. All right, before we start the meeting, Guan Yu, I believe you had something you wanted to discuss.
Yes. In the coming battle, the enemy will have a positional advantage. It is also likely that they have set traps at strategic locations. With this in mind, I have decided it would be best for you and I to operate as a unit. Not being bound to the main force would allow us to move freely across the battlefield and better adapt our strategy to any situation. The last time we fought together was in G, was it not? Feels like old times again. Let's make it a battle to remember.
I don't know if those were rebels or what, but they were no match for us.
Yes. Yo Province will enjoy peace for the time being. Even so, I've heard that these rebellions are springing up one after the other all across the land.
Suppressing the Yellow Turbans did not put an end to the fighting.
You're right. It may just be that the chaos itself has grown into an unstoppable force. However, the chaotic state of things also presents an opportunity to change the world.
But, brother, we don't even have titles anymore. What difference can we actually make?
That's not like you, Zhang Fei. What will we do? What can we accomplish? Now is the time for us to search for our purpose and test our limits. So we must simply succeed where we can, one step at a time. Though we still have a long way to go, I will not give up. I must tell you one thing. If you ever feel like you want to be a part of our vision for the future, I want you to come to me. We welcome anyone who has ambition. The door will be wide open for you. Please don't forget this.
I, Wang Kuang, Governor of Henei, cede power to Lord Yuan Shao in order to defeat Dong Zhuo.
Lord Wang Kuang, welcome. No sight could have lifted my heart more.
Your words honor me.
Zhang Yang, Governor of Shandong. I have come to join the alliance against Dong Zhuo.
You are most welcome, Lord Zhang Yang. Show us what you're capable of.
By all means, I shall do so.
Lord Yuan Shao, I have come from Yong Province. Allow me to be of service.
Lord Cao Cao. That was a splendid manifesto.
Yes.
Having the illustrious Lord Yuan Shao become the leader of our alliance was a stroke of genius.
Having felled the 10 attendants, Dong Zhuo's occupation of Luoyang is our responsibility. If Yuan Shao can make up for that by leading the coalition, it's a small price for him to pay.
You can count on it. Lord Yuan Shao, I have no doubt I'll be a great asset to the coalition forces.
Is that so? Your spirit alone finds support indeed. Dong Zhuo is all but done.
Right. We'll strike him down together.
The die has been cast. All that remains is to see this through.
Long time no see. I've heard much of your exploits from Lord Cao Cao.
None of us foresaw Dong Zhuo causing this much trouble. He was far more dangerous than we thought.
Well, it's still better than the Yellow Turban Rebellion. The situation's straightforward, at least. Taking down a scoundrel like him will be no different than fighting bandits. And that I can do no problem. I thought you'd get it. After all the battles you've been in, you must be pretty strong now, huh? I'm looking forward to seeing you in action. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Yes, that was quite the mark you made. Guan Yu and Zhang Fei, you two as well. Although, I am a little concerned about the coalition forces. They seem to have trouble with cohesion. Well, you may remember Lord Sun Jian and Yuan Shu arguing during the battle. And while you'll see some troops praising each other's valor, others are berating their ostensible allies over their ancestry. With relationships so fraught, it's hard to imagine things working out.
It is easy to say we're fighters united for a cause, but we must remember that we each have our own motivations.
There are those concerned about the way of the world, those moved by call to act, and those who want to take Dong Zhuo's place. They squabble simply because they each have a different end goal in mind.
Hey, come on. What's with all this depressing talk, huh? We won, didn't we? It doesn't matter what anyone else does. What matters is that we do what we can, right?
You're right, Zhang Fei. And I really should learn from your outlook on things. Very well then. Let us rest and prepare for the next battle.
I do believe you have something to report to me, Sun Jian.
Nothing comes to mind.
I heard that the fabled Imperial Seal was discovered in the ruins of Luoyang. Such regalia should be relinquished into the safekeeping of myself, the leader of our alliance, should it not? To hide it away would be tantamount to insurrection.
Were I to hide away the Imperial Seal from my own ends, the heavens would surely punish me.
Well now, time to see which of us is worthy.
We have decided to leave the Coalition. Though I have my regrets about not defeating Dongzhuo, we leave for Changsha as of today. Farewell, my friend. So you too have heard the rumors. Do you wish to know the truth? You might find out if you come with us to Changsha.
Trying to recruit him before we do, Lord Sun Jian.
We've been found out. So much for my plan of dragging him along by force.
In all seriousness, Lord Sun Jian, I understand you are leaving the Coalition. Is that because of last night?
It is not my place to say, but if I were to remain here, that would only cause unnecessary strife.
If the Imperial Seal truly exists, then I believe it should be back in His Majesty's hands.
But His Majesty is under the control of Dongzhuo. How could anyone return the seal to His Majesty in his current state?
Lord Cao Cao.
I support Lord Sun Jian's actions, regardless of what Yuan Shao may say. If we have indeed found the seal, then the best course of action is to keep it secret and hidden.
But hiding it would make it a source of suspicion and conflict. And since the argument yesterday, it seems like there are already lords considering pulling out of the Coalition. We came together to stop Dongzhuo, and yet it's internal bickering that may prove to be our downfall.
That is why I said Lord Sun Jian's response was the correct one. If the Imperial Seal were to fall into the hands of a man of lowly character, the embers of war would burst into flames. So, we may as well leave things the way they are. Let the nobles keep each other in check.
You're saying we should take advantage of their feuding? Lord Cao Cao, I too am a man of, as you put it, lowly character. That is why I fail to understand your ambitious and far-sighted plans. Even if it's only a small fire that burns before us, is it not better to extinguish it here and now before it grows?
You both make compelling points, but let us cease our arguing for now. I'd like to ask you both what you intend to do next. Will you remain in the Coalition?
As much as I would like to, defeating Dongzhuo will be no easy task if we are divided in purpose. I will follow Lord Gongsun Zan as he leaves the Coalition. I wish to help be of service to his territory. That is a role suited to a man of lowly character like me.
I too intend to leave the Coalition, so that I may consider what I should work toward achieving. I realize that I was the one who called it together, but this army no longer has the ability to slay Dong Zhuo. This is not how we accomplish Lord Wang Yun's goals. This arrangement was intended to bring forth a hero who could rule the realm, but it seems to have failed.
To me, though, both of you appear to have the qualities needed for such a task.
That's quite interesting, coming from you.
I do not wish to be a hero. I am but a loyal servant to the Han. Anyway, I should depart. I am sure my camp is tired of waiting for me.
Then allow me to see you off, Lord Sun Jian.
The ways of the beast are not fit for men. Yet they have not the will to provoke change. 3 sprouts have budded, guardian of peace. Now you shall see how they grow.
The governor is on his way. Please wait here a moment. How vexing, treating everyone like an honored guest.
My apologies.
Sir!
You seem quite taken aback. I admit, I haven't gotten used to this either.
Now that you're the governor, you must look, and more importantly, act the part, sir.
Indeed. I am Liu Bei, governor of Ping Yuan. It is an honor to have you join us.
Ah, knock it off already. This is creeping me out.
Seeing a man of your caliber nonplussed over such matters is quite funny, John Fei. That's enough of pleasantries. Let us attend to the matter at hand. You have been summoned here because we once again need your help. But I should explain the situation. First, what happened after we parted ways in Luoyang. We returned to You province with Lord Gongsun Zan, and I was appointed as governor of Ping Yuan. I think I'm doing a good job, if I do say so myself. My work has been praised by others.
We have my brother to thank for all we've achieved. Words of his deeds is beginning to spread across the land.
You shouldn't put me on such a pedestal, Guan Yu. We have only done as well as we have because of Lord Gongsun Zan's support. As we speak, our benefactor is under attack from Yuan Shao in Ji province. I hear they're struggling. I'm sure they would appreciate our help.
We owe a lot to Gongsun Zan. What worth is there in life if you forget the kindness shown to you?
However, now that Yuan Shao has gained a foothold in Ji, he may be stronger than when he led the coalition forces. Meanwhile, our army is still finding its feet, and they far outnumber us.
I'm not sure that we can win, but there come times in life when one must fight all the same. For us, that time is now. I want to do all that I can. That is why I summoned you. Please, we need your help.
Lord Liu Bei.
Ah, I remember you.
I did not tell you my name before. Apologies. I am Chao Yun of Changsan. I serve under Lord Gongsun Zan. It is thanks to you that I managed to survive, Lord Liu Bei. I wanted to thank you before you left for Pingyuan.
How very proper of you. We were comrades in arms with a common purpose. I only did what any soldier would do. I am simply happy to know that I managed to assist a man of such valor.
That is an honor, my lord. Take care on the road to Pingyuan. I look forward to the day we meet again.
As do I. And if you don't mind my saying, please ensure you rest up today. You've earned it after such a battle. Farewell, then.
What a wonderful person he is. Fighting for other people's causes, and leaving without expecting gratitude. Is this the true meaning of justice?
So, Governor Kongrong of Beihai needs our help. I see. I understand the situation. Still, an attack by the remnants of the Yellow Turbans. This is not a simple problem to solve.
Lord Liu Bei, you are renowned for your kindness. I could think of no one more likely to help Lord Kongrong.
We have only just come back from aiding Lord Gongsun Zan. We need time to recover. If we mobilize immediately, we would suffer severe losses. And then we might struggle to defend our own land.
There's reason to that. However, you would discard all compassion when faced with logic.
And if I said I would?
Well then, Lord Kongrong and the others are doomed to die. I came to Pingyuan believing that you were a man of virtue. Sadly, I seem to have been mistaken.
I'm sorry. It was cruel of me to test you like that. We shall go to Lord Kongrong's aid, and ensure no harm comes to him.
But you were right. There is no benefit to you in this. You will go regardless.
You misunderstand me. It is precisely because there is no gain to be had that we will go. I raised this army to help those in need. I have no intention of turning away from that goal. Is that not itself a reward?
You're an interesting man. You have impressed me, Lord Liu Bei. I feel assured that Lord Kongrong will be safe. Lord Liu Bei, please allow me to thank you once again. I will find a way to repay you.
There is no need. I told you, having helped is reward enough for me. I'm just glad that Lord Kongrong is safe.
In these troubled times, men like you are hard to come by. If it had to come to it, I was prepared to convince you more forcefully. But you made this decision yourself, and were true to your word. I see now why the people of Pingyuan admire you so.
I'm not so great a man as you seem to believe. I've made foolish mistakes just like anyone else. I forget to think ahead and get transfixed by what's in front of me.
But it is that nature which has allowed you to save so many people. In any case, with this settled, I can now set off to Lord Liu Yao.
You don't intend to return to Lord Kongrong?
Lord Liu Yao is the one I serve now. I was on my way to him when I received word that Lord Kongrong, to whom I owe a great debt, was in danger. It was to repay that debt I sought to assist him.
I see. You are like me. You believe in duty. You are too kind. I feel a little embarrassed hearing that from you, Lord Liu Bei. Now, I must depart. If we meet again someday, I hope we will do so as allies.
Lord Liu Bei, I am deeply grateful for your help. I need to thank you properly.
There is no need for that. Anyway, please tell me. What is this urgent matter?
I am hesitant to ask, but the fact is, I need you to lend me your strength again.
My strength?
Yes. Tao Qian, governor of Shu province, is in peril. Would you go to his aid?
Lord Tao Qian? Has something happened in Shu?
Were you aware that Cao Cao has become governor of Yan province?
Yes, I had heard.
Upon receiving his appointment, he invited his father, Lord Cao Song, to his province. On the way, Lord Cao Song stopped at Lord Tao Qian's residence, and there, he died under suspicious circumstances.
No.
Cao Cao, believing Lord Tao Qian was to blame, ordered his troops to ravage Shu. But Lord Tao Qian is a man of integrity. I cannot imagine him doing anything like that.
I too have often heard that he is a good man. On the other hand, Lord Cao Cao is also fair and just. I expect he would try to determine the culprit instead of blindly seeking vengeance. But it appears he has neglected to do so. Could it be that he has a goal besides vengeance?
It is possible. In which case, he is merely using his father's murder as a pretext for invasion. Could there be anything more horrifying than that? Even animals are not so cruel. Whatever the case may be, he cannot be allowed to do as he pleases. Lord Liu Bei, please, go to the aid of Lord Tao Qian. Save my friend and the people of Shu.
Lord Kongzhong.
So, you accepted his request, then? Oy, there is never a dull moment with you, brother.
Still, why would Lord Cao Cao take such a drastic step?
I don't know. What I do know is that Lord Cao Cao scares me. I can't shake the feeling that if we're not careful, we may become his next target. Perhaps there is some noble purpose behind this brutal invasion. Yet, no matter how one attempts to justify it, the fact remains that he is perpetrating a heinous act. Although, I suppose one could argue this is why I am a less worthy man than him. I'm always too idealistic.
No, not in my eyes at least, brother. I fully agree with you. Following the most righteous path does not always lead to virtue. There are times when virtue comes from following the path of the greater good.
Kuan Yu.
Well, I'm no philosopher, but one thing I do know, I won't stand for such brutality. From Cao Cao or anyone else.
You can only follow your own heart. Whatever path you choose, we, your sworn brothers, will do our best to pave the way.
Lord Liu Bei.
Oh, it's you.
I heard you rode out to aid Lord Tao Qian. I thought I might be of service. As you can see, I've brought extra troops, courtesy of Lord Gongsun Zan. This is my chance to repay the debt I incurred at Jieshao. My spear is at your service.
Now this is a fine ally to have at my side. I thank you for coming. Your strength is sorely needed.
Reporting! Cao Cao's forces appear to be falling back!
What?
Details are still unclear, but it appears that his forces have been attacked in Yen.
A surprise attack? But who would...
Well, Cao Cao, it looks like your wicked deeds will not go unpunished. Still, we only managed to hold him off thanks to the timely aid of you and your allies, Lord Liu Bei. Truly, I am most grateful.
Not at all. We're only too pleased to help in whatever way we can.
Lord Liu Bei, you are a beacon in this turbulent world. An immoral scoundrel like Cao Cao has no hope of defeating a noble man like yourself.
Immoral, you say? I wonder if Lord Cao Cao has ever considered whether his actions are moral or righteous.
What do you mean?
I mean, I have fought alongside Lord Cao Cao many times, and neither righteousness nor greed drive him. Instead, only one thing rules his heart: pure reason. When he set out to avenge his father's death, I am certain it wasn't rage or grief that drove him to mobilize his army. And now, he marches to take the land of Shu. Not because it is just or unjust, but because it is necessary. Such is the Cao Cao that I know, at least.
I didn't realize you held him in such esteem. Perhaps I should rethink my opinion of our enemy. And as the protector of Shu province, perhaps it is about time I decided on a plan for the future.
I wonder what our brother is talking about with Tao Qin. They've been together for a long time.
Well, Lord Tao Qian's sickness has taken a turn for the worse. Perhaps he wants to discuss the future while he still can.
Putting his affairs in order.
Ah, good. You're all here.
Brother, what did you talk about with Lord Tao Qian?
The future. It appears that his lordship very much wants me to take over the governorship of Shu.
But you already refused the appointment.
Yes, I did. I didn't believe I was up to the task, and my opinion on that has not changed. But Lord Tao Qian's illness is grave. I fear he does not have much longer. The question is, when he passes, who will be able to protect and lead the people of Shu? I've been putting it off for as long as I can. But I think it's time for me to give my answer.
Right. It's a big responsibility. You shouldn't accept it unless you are sure.
Perhaps you're right. Frankly, this struggle against Lord Cao Cao is a sharp reminder of my own limitations. But is it right to worry Lord Tao Qian and the people of Shu just because of my own insecurities? In any case, I must think it over carefully. If that is what you all wish, then... Lord Louis Bu, I'm glad you are safe.
Spare me your pity. I was never going to let a worm like Yuan Shao claim my head. But I never thought I would be forced to turn to you. Chen Gong took things too far.
I don't know how you can act so high and mighty. You're the one that's come begging for help, remember?
Zhang Fei, that's enough. The fact of the matter is, many of our men were wounded or killed in that battle. We made a desperate effort to rescue you, but you give not even a word of thanks. You'll have to forgive those who would air their grievances.
Thanks? What foolishness is this? Do you expect me to get on my knees right here and now?
No, that is not what we had in mind. We want to make a deal with you.
A deal? Of all things, it's a deal with me that you want. Very well then, I'm interested. I'll hear what you have to say, but try to make me give thanks or pay respect, and you will regret it.
No thanks or respect are required. We just need you to lend us your formidable might to make up for the troops we lost saving you.
Oh?
You are no doubt skilled enough to be a match for 1,000 warriors. I can think of no better way to replace the 1,000 missing from our ranks.
You're not as boring as I thought you'd be. I'll do it. The fiercest warrior in all the land is at your service. This should stave off my boredom.
You have our thanks, Lord Louis Bu. Well, you must be tired. Please wait a moment. We will have a feast prepared immediately.
Brother, was this really the right thing to do?
Did we have any other choice? If we cast him out, he might end up under the command of Lord Cao Cao, Lord Yuan Shao, or another rival faction. Then, what would become of Shu? How could we protect our land from such a threat?
But...
And when have I ever been one to deny a place at my side to a lost soul? The day will come when we will see that this was the right decision. Just wait. Sorry to barge in on you like this. I have something I need to talk with you about. I would go to Guan Yu and Zhang Fei with this, but let's just say it's a delicate subject with those two. Thanks. You're a great help. I wanted to discuss Lord Louis Bu. You've just welcomed him to Shu. Was I right to take him in? The choice has been made, but my uncertainty remains. No matter how much of a monster he might be, I was the one he came to when he needed help. But at the same time, the decision I made might end up bringing harm upon my comrades and the people of Shu. Who do I help? And who do I forsake? And beyond that, what goals do I set out to achieve? I am ashamed to admit it, but I think I have even lost sight of what I thought was my dream. Which is why I want to ask you, will you stay by my side and share a future with us? I know I have true friends in Guan Yu and Zhang Fei, but you're the only one I can really open up to like this. That's not to say I won't forgive you if you turn me down. This decision will change your future, so think carefully before deciding. Your life is yours to live in whatever way you wish. Good. I just felt all the tension leave my body. I am so deeply relieved. What am I saying? I'm already embarrassing myself again, aren't I? You are very special to me. I hope we can make the most of the time we have together.
Whoa, look at you! A change of attire and you're practically a new man.
He is an ally who would fight beside us. This is the least we can do.
An ally?
Yes. He says he's willing to make our camp his home.
Ah,
That is excellent news. But are you certain? I seem to recall that you traveled with a purpose. Did you not? I see. Then I will not question you. You and I shall help Liu Bei rise towards greatness.
But couldn't you have at least mentioned it to us? You're hurting my feelings here.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to keep you out of it. Next time I'll be sure to tell you beforehand.
Look who we have here. Welcome. We are a close-knit bunch, aren't we?
Lord Shen-gong.
I've just received a written order from the Emperor, addressed to Lord Liu Bei. You are to slay Yuan Shu.
From the Emperor? They say Yuan Shu is calling himself the Emperor of Zhong. It is no wonder that His Majesty would order his death.
Indeed, indeed. But as you know, it is Cao Cao who protects His Majesty. Making this document less an imperial order, and more a command sent by Cao Cao to the other lords, yourself included.
It is still an imperial order. We cannot refuse.
Yes, I urge you to accept. And not to worry, Lord Louis Bu and I will protect Xiaopei Castle in the meantime.
You expect us to believe a single word out of your mouths?
My, how vindictive! We had very good reasons to shift our allegiance, I'll have you know.
I don't give a damn about your reasons. I'm just telling you, you'd better not cause problems while we're not home.
I see. And here I was, thinking that Lord Liu Bei had placed his trust in us.
Both of you enough. We all serve the Han. I will gladly accept the order. But Lord Chen-gong, I need you to understand that there will be those who eye you with suspicion, like Zhang Fei here. To ease those concerns, we will leave one of our own to hold this place while we are away from Xiaopei. Are you willing, Zhang Fei?
Yeah! Wait, then I'm staying?
A couple of close calls, but we've won. Yuan Shu making the first move wasn't part of the plan, but thanks to all of you, we managed to rout his forces.
A simple task. I only regret that I could not slay Yuan Shu. He will not survive our next encounter. I wonder how Zhang Fei is faring right now.
Don't worry. I'm sure all is well. At least I haven't heard anything of concern.
Brother! Liu Bei!
Wait, is that?
Brother!
Zhang Fei, what are you doing here? I left you in charge of Xiaopei Castle.
Hey! I failed you. It was Louis Bu. He betrayed us without warning.
Without warning? That was the very reason. You were ordered to watch over him.
I'm sorry, I was out drinking in town. I got so bored guarding the castle that I needed to cut loose.
Unbelievable. Yes, we cannot change what has already happened. We will fight Louis Bu and recapture the castle.
Yeah, and I'll be damned if I make the same mistake again.
No. We will not attack Xiaopei.
What?
Is this part of some greater plan? Or will you simply surrender Xiaopei to Louis Bu?
For now, we have no choice but to let him have it. The men are exhausted. They cannot fight in their condition. Recapturing Xiaopei is important. But our opponent is Lord Louis Bu. Our forces alone wouldn't stand a chance against such odds. There is no reason to believe that Lord Louis Bu will be cruel to the people there. fighting him now gains us nothing.
But
as much as I hate to admit it, losing Xiaopei is something of a relief. It's a weight off my shoulders. Until now, I have forged my path with an unrelenting determination to help those in need. Did I make the right choices? Or have I gone astray? What does it truly mean to make the world a better place? I still do not know. But if there are answers to these questions, then perhaps I can find them within someone like Lord Louis Bu. We should prepare to withdraw.
Liu Bei. It's all my fault. If I hadn't lost control of the castle, he'd never be talking like this.
All we can do now is support his decision. As for Xiaopei, Louis Bu can have it for now.
It's you. I'm sorry. Our journey has only just begun, and you're already seeing me at my worst. That would be... thank you. Please, indulge me and listen for a moment. It feels like it's been a lifetime since I left Yo, and yet it has passed in the blink of an eye. I only picked up a weapon because I was tired of seeing the sadness on everyone's faces. And before I knew it, I found myself in a position far higher than I could ever possibly deserve. I said I wanted to accomplish great things. But that doesn't mean I want to sit in a castle and look down on others. If Lord Louis Bu will protect the people of Shu, then that is good enough for me. Well, I think so, but this is all for the best. For Lord Louis Bu, for the people of Shu, and for us as well.
Lord Liu Bei, Lord Louis Bu wishes to speak with you.
Lord Louis Bu? What could he possibly want now? An imperial decree to subdue Yuan Shu. Is this the result of our recent defeat?
It seems you have all been deemed ineffectual. This time, the task has fallen to Lord Louis Bu. So, what will you do now, Lord Liu Bei?
If it's not one thing, it's another. Funny, just when we were about to carry out this order, you stabbed us in the back. So this time, why don't you do the fighting and leave the guard duty to us?
And now you taunt us with a promise of betrayal. Perhaps I should kill you all while I still have the chance.
You're welcome to try!
Stop. This is complicated enough.
So what's the plan then? You just going to join forces with these traitors?
Calm down. They are neither friends nor foes. Lord Tao Qian has tasked us with the protection of Shu. And as long as Yuan Shu maintains his position at Shouchun, Shu will be vulnerable to attack. Therefore, I have decided that we will assist you in defeating his forces.
Brother!
Lord Sun Ce, there you are. Allow me to thank you for heeding the call.
We also have a score to settle with Yuan Shu. The Emperor's order was a blessing, if anything. We know exactly how he operates, and exactly how to counter him.
That is reassuring. It feels as if I'm talking to Lord Sun Jian himself.
Your father was by our side when we fought to put down the Yellow Turban Rebellion and slay Dong Zhuo. We saw for ourselves why he was known as the Tiger of Jiangdong. I hope to see you match your father in battle.
Yuan Shu's army is nothing but a swarm of pests. Your assistance will not be required.
You think you'll outperform us, do you? We'll see about that.
I see no purpose to this meeting. I'm going to tend to red hair.
You've got some unique acquaintances, don't you?
I suppose he's a little uncouth, but I'm sure he'll be there when we need him.
This was a bit unexpected. Or perhaps I should say, disappointing.
Whatever do you mean, Lord Cao Cao?
Shall I put it more plainly? Lowering yourself before that wild beast has brought you to ruin. That is what I meant to say.
Ruin?
I once considered you a hero. I feared that one day you might become a threat standing in my way. Great warriors flocked to your side, drawn to your mystique. For a time, my mind was constantly occupied with devising ways that I might thwart your rise. But now, it seems that I needn't have troubled myself.
You talk as if you have already claimed the entire world as your own. Do you truly think it will bend to your will at the snap of a finger?
Enough of your sophistry. That is, if you wish to save what remains of your dignity. You are now but a stone, tumbling down the road. No man is foolish enough to engage a stone in a struggle for power. Being Louis Bu's dog is the best you can hope to achieve.
Now we're getting pushed around by both Louis Bu and Cao Cao. Makes me sick.
Brothers.
What is it, Liu Bei?
I finally found it. I now know what I have to do. Just hear me out. Until now, we've been charging forward without a real cause. We had no ideals to uphold or plans to follow. To people like Lord Cao Cao and Lord Louis Bu, who are driven by a strong desire to carve their own path, we must have seemed insignificant.
Are you saying they're better than you, brother? If this is a joke, I'm not laughing.
It's no joke. Lord Cao Cao has the will to tread a path of blood. And Lord Louis Bu's skill in battle is unmatched. No talent of mine raises me up above my rivals. It's hard to admit, but it's the truth. Not everyone in this world has something that gives them a clear sense of purpose. If anything, the majority of people will die before they even come close to finding that for themselves. Being born into this turbulent world, clinging to a dream, and seeing it through is a privilege only granted to a lucky few.
Yes, that is certainly true. But what do you intend to do in such a world?
I will create a world where people can live as they wish. A world where no one will be forced to serve the will of another. Where all people can choose a path and follow it to a future of their own making.
Brother!
But I am still powerless. For now, I will be forced to remain under Lord Cao Cao's control. Would you still be willing to wait with me? To stand by until it is our time to rise?
Of course. How could I oppose this grand purpose you have found for us? I believe in you, brother. I will never leave your side.
As much as I'd like to crush Louis Bu and the others right now, you've convinced me. The wait is worth it.
Thank you. It will be hard, but I know we can do it. No matter what anyone says, I'll stay true to myself. I will do what I believe is right, in the way I see fit. That is the only path to power. This stone on the road is about to roll its way to victory.
The second we show the slightest bit of humility, Louis Bu will pay for this.
But why would he suddenly turn his forces on Xiaopei?
This is likely Lord Cao Cao's doing. A lone messenger arrived in Xiaopei. He declared he had been carrying a letter containing plans to eliminate Louis Bu. But he says he was attacked on the way here, and the letter was taken from him. It is difficult to believe that Lord Cao Cao would be so careless. I suspect he intentionally allowed the enemy to intercept the letter.
Still, it's not like we wrote back accepting Cao Cao's proposal.
Chen Geng must be trying to get ahead of things. But that doesn't make attacking an ally before trying to negotiate any less dishonorable.
This must be Lord Louis Bu's answer. In the world he wants to create, there is no honor or compassion. It is a world of beasts, where the strong simply devour the weak. It is totally incompatible with everything I want to achieve. The time has come for us to break free from Louis Bu.
But our forces alone do not stand a chance against him. What will we do, brother?
We will abandon Xiaopei and join forces with Cao Cao's army. Louis Bu will be no match for us together. I'm sure you each have your misgivings about Lord Cao Cao. But for now, think of him as a means to an end.
Yeah, I was on board from the start. As long as we get a crush Louis Bu, you won't hear me complaining.
No matter who offers us help or favors, it will never come at the cost of my soul. I will subdue and consume all who would look down upon us. Neither strength nor reason will bring an end to the chaos. And it's up to us to prove it to the world. Lord Xiahou Dun, Lord Xiahou Yuan, thank you for your help.
Give your thanks to Cao Cao if you must.
We have not forgotten what happened at Shu, but under these circumstances, we will let it be water under the bridge. It's always good to see a familiar face. Our Lord should be here shortly with the rear guard. We will discuss our strategy in depth later.
Just you wait, Louis Bu. You will pay for what you've done!
You're awfully excited, Zheng Fei.
Of course I am! It was my fault that we lost Xiaopei. My failure is what caused all the pain we went through. If that hadn't happened, do you think you would have ever fallen so low?
Perhaps not. But without that fall, we never would have found the courage to rise to even greater heights. Guan Yu, Zheng Fei, thank you for believing in me, even at my worst. I have you to thank as well. I could not have made it this far without all of you.
You've changed, brother.
Have I?
Yes. You look like a man of purpose now.
Yeah, you were looking pretty pathetic before.
I don't think he wants to hear that from you.
And you're all just as you've always been. Always there to help me when I need it. I swear your faith in me will be rewarded. Come. If we stand together as one, we can overcome any enemy.
Tempests!
It is done. How would you have me conclude this matter?
That is not for me, but for the court-martials to decide.
And if I were to forgive you,
I fear I must refuse. And there's no need to guide me to the execution grounds. So close. I was so close!
What timing? I've just received word that Lord Gongsun Zan was defeated by Lord Yuan Shao at Yijing. I owed a great deal to that man. Lord Gongsun Zan took me under his wing when I was directionless. He even nominated me as a minister of Ping Yuan. This chaos has claimed a dear friend. Thank you for your concern. But to be honest, it hasn't dampened my spirits as much as you might imagine. Lord Gongsun Zan's defeat has given Lord Yuan Shao the 4 provinces north of the river, making his kingdom the most powerful in the land. Conflict with Lord Cao Cao will be unavoidable. History is being written. Great changes are coming to our world. The sadness I should be feeling at the loss of a great friend has been replaced by strange excitement for the future. I have something to discuss with you. Tonight, let us enjoy drinks in the moonlight before feasting together in your room.
We're gonna drive out Cao Cao?
Shh. Not so loud, Zhang Fei.
But why with the Emperor?
I am not sure of His Majesty's true intentions, But he is clearly not satisfied with the current state of affairs. So, what say the three of you?
What can I say? Your mind's already made up, isn't it?
Yeah. Helping all those in need. That's what you set out to do.
Yes. I suppose that is what it all comes down to. I spoke with the Emperor here, and learned how much he is suffering under the current arrangement. I will do what I believe is right, in the way I see fit. If His Majesty is asking for help, then I want to answer the call.
Heh, that's the Liu Bei we all know. Besides, we never plan to just keep taking orders from Cao Cao forever, right?
I have no objections. But how are we going to carry out such a plan? As it stands, we are nothing more than the guests of Lord Cao Cao's. We don't have the soldiers, let alone the support necessary to succeed.
First, we will remove ourselves from Lord Cao Cao's influence and claim some land on which to establish a base. Lord Cao Cao has been talking about attacking Yuan Shu in anticipation of Yuan Shao's forces coming south. That will be our opportunity to leave Shu City. Our destination is in Shu, the castle at Xiapei. With the time we've spent there, I'm sure the people will give us a warm welcome upon our return.
I'm no strategist, but do you really think we should bother with attacking Yuan Shu? If we're just going to turn on Cao Cao anyway, I don't see why we need to keep following his orders.
I understand your thoughts, but we cannot deny that he has helped us on many occasions. I'd like to repay him for that. Perhaps. But I cannot be the hero to stand against Lord Cao Cao if I am in his debt.
It's just like you to think this way, brother. But that's the part of you we admire most. Stay true to your chosen path.
It is good to have you two back with us.
We shall meet again. I made it a mantra until we were reunited. And now, I will make my oath to you once more. From this day onward, I will dedicate my life to clearing the path for rise of Liu Bei.
Thank you both. So you didn't decide to abandon me. That's a relief.
And not just for you, brother. I'd had just about enough of him asking, "Are they back yet?" every time he saw me. If you'd left me alone with him much longer, I might have given him a good smack on the head. So it's really good to have you back.
Everyone.
Lord Zhao Yun, allow me to thank you as well. I would have died without your help. But what brings you all this way?
I have come to lend you my aid, Lord Liu Bei. I wish to serve under you.
Me? I don't even have a place to call home. Why would you wish to serve a vagrant?
Because of who you are. Is that not reason enough?
Well,
My lord! Don't forget about me!
My lord?
Brother, allow me to introduce.
Guan Yu's top underling, Zhou Song, at your service. I admire him so much that I followed him and begged him until he took me under his wing.
I see. That sounds like quite the story.
Well, we shouldn't let all this excitement go to waste. Brothers, fetch the wine. Tonight we welcome our friends with a feast.
What a pleasant breeze.
Here, allow me.
It's fine. I'll do it myself.
To think I would be invited too.
Nonsense. Of course you would. Brother feels the same way. Now then. We're already over here, brother. Huh?
How distant they are. Those stars in the sky. Compared to them, the distance between men seems trivial.
It is your open-heartedness that makes you feel so.
Ever since that peach orchard, we've been close by.
You'll have me at your side, doing whatever I can.
That means you'll have me there too.
I thank you, all of you. Though I cannot offer you compensation at this time, I shall swear to you again. Together, we shall journey throughout this vast land! Together!
Both sides struggled to gain an advantage at Guandu, but in the end, Yuan Shao's forces were crushed after Cao Cao raided their storehouse. With no hope of recovery, Lord Yuan Shao eventually succumbed to illness.
I see. I owed Lord Yuan Shao a great debt of gratitude for helping me when I most needed it. But I never got the chance to repay him. Lord Cao Cao and Lord Yuan Shao. They knew each other well and fought for supremacy. But only one has emerged as the most influential force in all the land. Meanwhile,
Brother, this is not the time to be feeling sorry for ourselves. We chose this position near Shu City to pressure Cao Cao's forces from behind as they battled Yuan Shao in Runan. With Yuan Shao's forces routed, we are no longer obligated to stay. Is it still worth it to us to be a threat to Shu City? We need to decide.
He's right. What will we do, brother?
I don't know.
Huh?
I'll be honest. Everything is changing so fast that I'm having trouble keeping up.
Hey, come on! Don't give up now! Wait! Zhou Zhan, Zhao Yun! Do you two have any ideas that could help?
Me? Ideas? Well, I just leave the thinking to someone else and do whatever Lord Guan Yu tells me to.
I'm afraid I'm no more helpful than he is.
Now who am I supposed to look to for answers? Oh, wait, what about you? Come on, suddenly you can't even look me in the eye? If you don't have any ideas, just say so.
You know, I think this conversation may have shown me what is holding us back. Brother, what we need is a guide. Someone who can help us steer closer to our ideals. A man of wisdom.
Wisdom, eh? Now that you mention it, I have heard that great minds tend to gather in Jing. Maybe that's where we can find someone with the skills we need. Do you think heading that way would be a good idea?
Wait a moment, brother. Are you serious? How can we go anywhere right now when we've got the castle here in Runan?
You're right. I'm sorry, forget I mentioned it. Perhaps some ideas are best left unsaid. Hello? In times of trouble, suffering, and sadness, you always manage to appear by my side. Yes, again. I'm sorry to burden you, but please listen. I've been thinking about what Guan Yu said. And he's right. I think I may be lost. A world where all people can choose their own path toward the future. I've declared time and again that this is the ideal world I wish to create, but I still have no idea how to make it a reality. I I can't deny that. But the path forward is slowly revealing itself to me. As Guan Yu said, we'll need someone to guide us if we want to find a solution to this problem. That's why we should start our search as soon as we possibly can. For us, and for everyone else searching for their own path toward the future. But even if we did go to Jing, would we be able to find the sort of guide we seek? The longer I remain lost, the more anxious I become. Lord Cao Cao and our other rivals are gaining strength as we speak. I don't think we can afford to waste any more time here. But don't take my anxiety as a sign of wavering resolve. If that is your worry, you may rest easy. It won't be much longer until I'm ready to start chasing our dreams again.
I just went to scout them out. It turns out Cao Cao himself is leading a large force here.
What? Lord Cao Cao is leading them. But why? We're nothing but wanderers. We're more of a rabble than an army. There's no way we would stand a chance against their main force.
Heh. Looks like they're not taking any chances with you on our side, brother.
Lord Cao Cao. Does he plan to slaughter every last one of us?
Perhaps this would be a good time for us to flee to Jing like you mentioned before, Lord Liu Bei.
Agreed. The ruler of Jin, Lord Liu Biao, is a relative of Liu Bei's. He will surely welcome us with open arms.
Wait. Under these circumstances, going to Jing would end up making it the target of Cao Cao's attack, would it not? That would force great hardship upon Lord Liu Biao and the people of Jing. I think I'd rather...
You would rather throw your life away. If you die here, all of your dreams, everything you want to achieve, will die with you, condemning the people to lives of despair.
Guan Yu.
You worry too much, brother. With a few more soldiers on our side, Cao Cao won't look so tough. We'll make a stand in Jing and drive them back. Right, Zhao Yun?
Yes, and I won't let them lay a finger on Lord Liu Bei.
As long as Lord Guan Yu is there, I don't care where we go. I'll be right by his side no matter what.
Brother, our hearts are set on Jin, but the choice is yours.
You just can't let me give up and die in peace, can you? You're all so stubborn. And such wonderful friends.
Brother.
Very well. We flee to Jing. I have only one order to give before we go. Everyone must survive this journey. Now, prepare to depart.
Whew. That was a narrow escape, but we made it.
We were lucky everyone did their part. I lost count of the times I thought that tidal wave of soldiers would swallow us whole.
So this is what it means to face the full brunt of Lord Cao Cao's forces in a direct conflict.
So it seems. Zhao Yun, Zhou Tsang, we've already put so much weight on you.
On the contrary, overcoming deadly circumstances is an officer's one true joy. I'm thankful for the experience.
I'd go to hell and back for Lord Guan Yu. As long as he's around, I can get through anything.
I see. Thank you, everyone. We've almost made it to Jing. Let's get some rest after we arrive.
Oh, you've made it here as well. Based on the information I've gathered, it is very likely that Lord Liu Bei is somewhere near this location. But why would he be out here in the middle of nowhere?
Ah, there you are.
Lord Liu Bei, it is so good to see you alive.
I'm sorry about all this. Everyone must have been worried sick.
But where could you possibly have been all this time?
Well, that's a very long story. There's also something I'd like to discuss with everyone. Let's head back to Xinye for now. When I realized what Sai Mao was up to during the banquet, I pretended to go relieve myself and made my escape. I was not familiar with the area, so all I could do was wander. Before I knew it, the night had grown dark and I was lost in the mountains. Just when I began to lose hope, I came across a small hermitage. It was home to an old man named Sima Hui. I told him who I was, and he allowed me to spend the night there.
Sima Hui? Why does that name sound so familiar?
Apparently, everyone calls him Master Shui Jing. He is not in the service of Lord Liu Biao, and he lives in seclusion. When I told him about my current circumstances, he gave me this advice. Choose one of my pupils, the sleeping dragon or the fledgling phoenix, and your path will become clear.
Sleeping dragon? Fledgling phoenix? Who the hell are they?
You've met many people in your travels. Do you have any idea who those two might be? Peng Tong. So, you think he's either the sleeping dragon or the fledgling phoenix?
With all due respect, Lord Liu Bei, did it not occur to you to ask Lord Sima Hui for the names of the sleeping dragon and fledgling phoenix?
Yeah, that would really speed things along for us.
Of course. I did all I could to get the names out of him. But he would just say, "You'll know," and smile without answering.
Perhaps he meant that you must put forth some effort to find what you seek.
These intellectual types always feel the need to test you. He must think he and his students are really special.
It's frustrating, I admit. But his words have given me hope. Like a ray of light shining through the darkness. Perhaps it's time we break free from this laziness. After all, we've been growing rounder by the day due to all the banquets.
Brother!
I want you all to bring me whatever information you can find about the sleeping dragon and fledgling phoenix, no matter how insignificant. There's someone out there who can lead me to my dreams. And I will stop at nothing to find them.
Cao Cao's forces have already reached the castle gates. And they've moved into such a strange battle formation.
I've never seen a formation like that before. Lord Liu Bei, how should we respond?
Their army is large and they're in an unfamiliar formation. Perhaps it's best we defend from inside the castle?
But there might be even more of them coming. If we stay on the defensive too long, our soldiers will lose heart.
You're right. More importantly, us holding up here would be a great burden on the people of Xinya. But what else can be done?
We aren't getting anywhere by talking. I'm going out there, all right?
Please wait. That formation is not something you can carelessly charge into.
And who are you? I've never seen you before.
Well, I'm not really sure what I should say here. A little help, if you would?
Huh? A strategist? And, you two know each other?
Would you be willing to help us through this? What is your name?
I am Shishu, a pupil of Master Shui Jing. I thought my skills would be best put to use in the service of Lord Liu Bei, so here I am.
Shui Jing? Could it really be?
We can speak more of my origins later. We should first concern ourselves with eliminating the impending threat. I had a look at the enemy's formation in the front of the gate just a moment ago. It is known as the Eight Gates Formation. Charging into that powerful formation without the right strategy would end in certain death. But given Cao Cao's superior numbers, it will be difficult for us to move into the proper counter formation. But if I could observe their ranks from a closer position, I may be able to tell you the best way to fight against them.
Brother, what should we do? Can we really trust this strategist with our lives?
I believe in him. Besides, none of us had any idea how to get out of this. So why not give Shishu's plan a chance?
Lord Liu Bei, you will not be disappointed.
Cao Cao's forces have already reached the castle gates. And they've moved into such a strange battle formation.
I've never seen a formation like that before. Lord Liu Bei, how should we respond?
Their army is large and they're in an unfamiliar formation. Perhaps it's best we defend from inside the castle?
But there might be even more of them coming. If we stay on the defensive too long, our soldiers will lose heart.
You're right. More importantly, us holding up here would be a great burden on the people of Xinya. But what else can be done?
We aren't getting anywhere by talking. I'm going out there, all right? Don't you worry about me. I'll smash their formation to pieces before they know what hit them.
Please wait. That formation is not something you can carelessly charge into.
And who are you? I've never seen you before.
Well,
Shishu. What news? How is the scouting?
Brother, who is this?
Shishu. He has agreed to join us as our military strategist.
Whoa, hold on there. Our strategist? Since when? This is the first I've heard about it.
That's because I didn't tell you. I can assure you, however, that Shishu has a superb military mind.
Why?
Zhangfei, you know as well as any of us that what we need now is knowledge and acumen. A wise man has appeared before us and offered his aid. Now, if that's not a gift from the heavens, then I don't know what is. Do you disagree?
I suppose not.
Zhangfei, I understand your doubts, but this is a critical time. Besides, you know our brother has a sharp eye for a man's true character. Have faith in his judgment. Trust him when he says this man can help us.
Fine then.
Good, it's settled. Now, Shishu, tell us your plan.
Sir. I had a look at the enemy's formation in the front of the gate just a moment ago. It is known as the Eight Gates Formation. Charging into that powerful formation without the right strategy would end in certain death. But given Cao Cao's superior numbers, it will be difficult for us to move into the proper counter formation. But if I could observe their ranks from a closer position, I may be able to tell you the best way to fight against them.
Good. Now listen, everyone. We shall conduct this battle exactly as Shishu has described. I want you to treat any orders from him as if they came from me. Is that clear? Now don't let me down. Cao Cao's Eight Gates formation was undeniably impressive. But even so, it shattered like a vase before the might of our forces. And more than anyone, we have you to thank for that, Shishu. Truly, you have a remarkable mind.
Remarkable? Oh, I wouldn't say that, my lord. I just know a few things that are useful in making battle plans.
There's no need for modesty in my presence, Sleeping Dragon.
Huh?
Or is it Fledgling Phoenix? I can't decide.
My lord, I don't...
I thought if I dropped it casually into a conversation, I might trick you into confessing.
You think I'm the Sleeping Dragon or the Fledgling Phoenix?
I do. Why, am I wrong?
I beg your pardon, but you are. They are far greater men than I. Their grand plans can defeat massive armies and turn provinces into empires.
Grand plans, you say?
When you seek nothing less than to unite the entire world under your rule, there are only two men who can assure your victory. I would advise you to summon the Sleeping Dragon and the Fledgling Phoenix and make them your strategist.
Do you know them? Or where they can be found?
I do. They both live in Jing Province. They were classmates of mine, studying under the tutelage of Master Shui Jing. The Sleeping Dragon's real name is Zhuge Liang. The Fledgling Phoenix is Peng Tong. Those two are certain to lead you to triumph.
But fortune was on our side. To find Lord Zhuge Liang's hermitage so quickly. Well, I did not expect that.
And they say this fellow's even sharper than Shishu. Now that will be something to behold.
It certainly will. But brother, are we certain that this is the right move? Shishu's guidance has been invaluable. It doesn't seem right to cast him aside for a stranger.
It was Shishu who suggested I do so in the first place. He told me that Lord Zhuge Liang was the man I needed in order to accomplish my goals. It would be an insult to ignore his counsel. So, we will go together to find this great strategist and ask for his help. We will be gone some time. The castle is in your hands while we are gone. Thank you. I'm determined not to let this opportunity go to waste.
Do not look so glum, brother. He may not have been home, but we did leave him a message. I am certain he'll come to us, sooner rather than later.
Yeah, after all, Liu Bei himself went to him for a visit. Zhuge Liang's bound to return the favor after a gift like that.
I think you may be overselling the value of my presence. I'm sure Lord Zhuge Liang has good reasons for not seeing us right away. We just need to be patient and wait him out.
Hey, how long has it been since we left that message for Zhuge Liang? We hear anything yet?
No. There's been no sign of a reply. Perhaps he still hasn't returned to the Hermitage. Or perhaps something has befallen him. Brother, I think it might be a good idea to pay his home another visit.
Huh? What is it, brother?
It's nothing. Pay me no heed. Let's do as Guan Yu suggests, and visit Lord Zhuge Liang's residence again.
That Zhuge Liang still isn't there. Something strange, I tell you. What's he playing at?
I don't understand it either. Could it be that he's trying to avoid our brother? You mean, this is his way of rejecting our offer?
Whatever is going on, it's too early to tell for sure. Let's give him a few more days, and then try again. But if Lord Zhuge Liang really doesn't want to meet us, perhaps it would be better for all our sakes to give up now. What do you think, Shishu?
If Zhuge Liang had no interest in meeting you, he would have made that clear the first time you came.
Shishu? Hey, Shishu. What's wrong? You've been acting strange recently, like you've got the weight of the world on your shoulders.
No, Forgive me, Lord Liu Bei. I can't. That is to say, I am unable to continue to serve you. I am very sorry.
What? What are you saying?
I'm sorry, but I cannot explain why. All I can say is, I have to leave for the sake of my elderly mother.
For your mother? I see. I can see in your eyes that if you had your way, you would rather stay here. But let me commend you on making a brave decision. Such filial piety is to be admired, especially in this day and age. I won't try to change your mind. Rather, if there's anything I can do to help you and your family, name it. If it is in my power, it will be done.
My lord, thank you for having given me the opportunity to serve you. It was an honor beyond what my humble talents deserved. I wish you luck in your future campaigns.
I'm telling you, I don't like it. Why do we have to keep crawling back to him?
If it's a show of sincerity he wants, we've given him more than he could possibly need. It's high time he showed us something in return.
You can stay here if you like, but I am going to his hermitage. How many times do I have to say it? I'm not so grand that I've become too proud to beg. In the end, I'm just an officer in the employ of Liu Biao. I have no power of my own. I'm the same man I was when we first set out from Yo. Back then, did you think we were so important that wise men would come running at our call?
No, but...
Shishu said that if Lord Zhuge Liang truly did not want to meet us, he would have said so the first time we came calling. But he hasn't refused us yet, has he? Not outright. Which means we're obligated to keep trying until he does. He will eventually give us his reply one way or another. Now that we've lost Shishu, our need for a military strategist is greater than ever. Someone with talent who we can truly rely on. That's more important than our time or our pride. So please support me in this, both of you, for a little while longer.
You are a tenacious visitor, I will give you that. But what prompts a great officer like you to keep knocking on the door of a humble hermit like myself?
You are the sleeping dragon. The genius whose grand plans can topple legions and make provinces into empires. I, Liu Bei, am here to ask for your help and wisdom.
Well, you'll need to be a bit more specific than that. Speak plainly, without the flattery, if you could.
You mouthy little...
That's enough, Zhang Fei. Fine. I'll dispense with the formality. We can speak plainly with each other, as equals. Simply put, I have a mission, and you can help me. I've staked my life on a great endeavor, and will do anything to see it through. But I can't do it by myself. I need help.
A great endeavor?
I'll build a world where people can live as they wish.
I see. But again, that's not very specific. For starters, what does it mean to live as you wish? How different would this world of yours be? After all, living as you wish isn't that hard. Look at me. I refuse to serve any man, and here I am, living as I please in the mountains.
But you are the exception. The reality is, few people have your choices, and many die without ever finding a dream, let alone achieving it. Even I had to live many years before my eyes finally opened to what I wanted to achieve. An embarrassing admission, I know.
Then tell me this. If some men live as they please, and some men don't, what is it that divides them?
War, chaos, and anarchy keep men from their dreams. A trite answer, I know, but true nonetheless. Constant war leads to ruin and poverty narrows a man's world until it is a prison. If we can offer a helping hand and lift up those in need, it's sure to eventually lead to something better. And even if it doesn't, surely there's no harm in trying.
So, you want to put an end to the turmoil across the land. Is that your dream, Lord Liu Bei?
I don't know. Yes, I suppose so. But it's not that simple. If peace were merely the absence of turmoil, I could stop fighting Lord Cao Cao today and achieve it.
Brother.
But Lord Cao Cao only sees the distant future. He doesn't see the destruction that he leaves in his wake. All the men, women, and children who died having never found their dreams. All those lives cut down, sacrifices to his grander vision. I see the righteousness of Lord Cao Cao's cause, and I understand the sacrifices. But even so, I cannot accept them. Laugh if you want. I know that what I'm saying seems like the selfish desires of a child.
Maybe so. But still, if you were determined to achieve such things with your own hands, then I wouldn't call it selfishness. I'd call it purpose.
purpose?
Cao Cao has chosen the road of conquest and control. He uses the sword to end turmoil and the rule of reason to impose peace. It's the most obvious path, logical and clear-sighted. The best way, even. But inevitably, it demands many sacrifices. On the other hand, your way, Lord Liu Bei, is the way of a king. You put the people first and refuse to abandon anyone along the way. But it is also foolishness, a fantasy woven out of clouds and good intentions. No wonder you don't know how to go about it.
Yes, but can you help me? How can I make it a reality?
How? By bringing the entire land under your rule. Then and only then can you shape it into the world you desire.
And how do I do that?
The Longzong plan. Divide and conquer. Drive Cao Cao and Sun Quan apart and make this a three-sided war. I will show you how. In the next battle, we expect the enemy to attack with a large force, which means we will need to defeat them with wits.
Whoa, hold on, slow down there. What's this next battle? Who's going to be attacking? And when?
Forgive me. I left out some key information. Cao Cao's forces will soon march against us.
But we routed Cao Cao's army some time ago, and we haven't seen any sign of attack from them since. What makes you think they're coming now?
Jing is a key territory for any conqueror. And because Lord Liu Bei stands in direct opposition to Cao Cao's ideals, he is his natural enemy. Being fought off once will not be enough to break their spirit. They will come again for the kill, so long as the opportunity remains. Taking into account their losses in the last battle, I believe they should be more or less ready to make their move.
Are you sure? That would be remarkably persistent of them.
I doubt they'll give up. Not until you kneel before Cao Cao. They've eliminated the remnants of Yuan Shao's forces, and the situation in Hubei has stabilized. There is little reason for them to hold back.
So Lord Chugu Lian, how might we defeat Cao Cao's forces?
We establish a position at Boangpo to defend against the enemy. It is complex terrain with natural obstacles, perfect for fire traps and ambushes to confuse their advance.
But their army will be closing in mass. It is hard to believe a trick or two would put a stop to that.
Well, I'm interested. Let's see how far our master strategist can turn things around for us. By the way, I was wondering about something. Who are you?
Forgive me for the lack of introductions. This is my wife, Yue Yin.
What?
It is a pleasure to meet you. I will be serving Lord Liu Bei, alongside my husband. Although inventing things is my main interest, I'm also a capable fighter. My role will be to make sure his plans go smoothly on the battlefield.
Whoa, wait. Did you both know about this?
Yes.
We did. Come to think of it, maybe you weren't there when we heard.
The pleasure is ours, Lady Yue Ying.
Zhao Yun, you're okay with this? Hey, I know you've got something to say about all this, don't you?
Thank you for the welcome. I have heard much of your exploits. I will do whatever I can to assist my husband and everyone here.
We appreciate it. I, for one, am glad to have another ally we can depend upon. Incredible. I cannot believe we won. Lord Cao Cao was not holding back. If we were by ourselves, we would have been well on our way to retreat. But now...
I hope I was able to show some of what I am capable of.
You did. I can now see why Brother regards you so highly.
Yes, well, fine. I'll consider you on par with Shishu.
Ah, that is more than I could ask for. I wish to build good relations with all of you here. A strategist acts as the mind of an army. But we are powerless without capable limbs. And warriors such as you, who have assisted Lord Liu Bei for so long, are a necessary part of the plans I've laid towards our ultimate victory. Now, do excuse me. I must see to some post-battle matters.
You know, he may be a schemer, but the way he flatters people might be a bit like brother. But only a tiny bit.
So, you wish for me to take over as Jing's leader?
Cao Cao currently controls the entirety of Hebei, and will continue to focus on invading Jing. Should he succeed, no one in the land will have the strength to oppose him. Now that Lord Liu Biao has fallen ill, you may be the only one who can defend the province from Cao Cao, my lord.
But...
given the circumstances, perhaps I should be more blunt. Taking Jing is a way for us to put a stop to Cao Cao's advance, but at the same time, it will be a first step toward a greater goal. Once Jing is under our control, let us go on and obtain Yi. It is a region of complex terrain and fertile soil, making it particularly important. Liu Zhang, who currently rules Yi, is known to be generous, but he lacks the boldness and decisiveness needed to protect his subjects. My lord, if you were to decide to rule both Yi and Jing, the common folk would accept it with open arms. By taking both provinces and allying ourselves with Sun Quan, who controls Jiangdong, our faction's strength will be on par with Cao Cao's.
I won't deny that I hope to one day control the entire realm. That will require me to stand up against Lord Cao Cao. And I recognize the logic in your plan, which will see Lord Cao Cao, Lord Sun Quan, and myself sharing power, splitting the realm into 3. But I cannot and will not steal Jing away from the rightful successor of Lord Liu Biao, not when he has treated us so well. Instead, we ought to support him while he is ill. I would be willing to take over the administration of the province, but taking Jing for myself would not be my way. That is but a betrayal of trust, and it is not something I wish to do.
Of course. Then I will not force this upon you.
You aren't going to attempt to convince me?
I was sure you were going to say as much from the beginning. However, this will limit our options. It may make our path much more arduous.
I do not care. There cannot be anything more difficult than betraying my own principles.
I understand.
Shishu, why are you here?
Lord Liu Bei.
You have come to call for our surrender, have you not? As a messenger of Cao Cao?
I see you have not changed, Zhuge Liang. You see through it all, even without a word. Lord Liu Zong has already surrendered to Cao Cao's forces. He supposedly promised that he would hand you over.
No.
No matter how great of a strategy Zhuge Liang puts into motion, the moment Lord Liu Zong switched his alliance, you lost. And while this may be unexpected coming from your enemy's messenger, Lord Liu Bei, I beg of you, You must escape. You will have more opportunities as long as you stay alive.
Shishu is correct, my lord. Although, that is not to say it is impossible to defend Xinye while fending off Cao Cao's army.
You're saying there's a way?
Indeed. We can use the people of Xinye as decoys to lure the enemy forces into the castle. There, we crush them.
That will not do. By employing such tactics, we would be robbing the people of Xinye of the ability to decide their own fates.
Which is why I said that Shishu is correct. Quickly abandoning the castle and running is probably our best option.
Right. Okay. Let's do that. I appreciate your warning, Shishu. We can now hope to live to fight another day.
You are too kind. Though I may not be able to leave Cao Cao's service, I wish to be with you in spirit. And that is why I will not provide strategies to him. Not now or ever. I might not be able to advise you directly, but there must be other ways in which I can help.
No. Any subterfuge of that kind would only be a detriment. Instead, would you be willing to help us plan our next move?
You want me to help you plan?
Abandoning the castle is one thing, but getting away safely is another, and requires us to prepare some sort of strategy. And, with your wisdom, I am certain that we can make that strategy even better. There is no need to worry. If you make but a small contribution, Cao Cao will not notice.
You really haven't changed, have you? Fine. A small contribution it shall be. I trust you shall utilize it to aid Lord Liu Bei's cause.
I'm all prepared and ready to go. I think I'm getting used to abandoning castles and running away.
I am sorry. My stubbornness just keeps causing more trouble.
You need not worry, brother. All we need to do is survive, just like we've always done.
Right. We will protect you and your family with every bit of our strength.
I suppose I can't afford to waver now. Especially with my brothers cheering me up. All right. Let's go. We are all going to survive this.
My lord! My lord! I'm grateful to see you. Some of the peasants here escaped from Cao Cao's invading forces. Others barred from their castle since Governor Liu Song's surrender. They've endured much difficulty. They've nowhere else to turn. We humbly ask for your guidance.
Bringing them along would inevitably slow our march's pace. Just advise them to avoid any rash acts. Cao Cao's forces are unlikely to raise a hand to peasants who have shown no resistance.
Zhuge Liang. The Longzong plan required the acquisition of Jing province.
Huh.
My lord?
And now, I have taken Jing province. It would be truly strange to suggest relinquishing it now.
My apologies. Indeed, a kingdom is more than land. It is those who call it home who are truly vital. And you have indeed taken Jing province. So, let us combine our abilities to overcome hardship and discover the way forward. To your kingdom, Lord Liu Bei.
Forgive me, everyone. I wish for them to accompany us. That is my desire.
Our advance is far too slow. We need to put some distance between us and Cao Cao's forces, but at this rate, they'll catch up to us. The cause is fairly obvious.
I cannot just leave those who came to me seeking help.
Yes, I understand that. And it is my job to do something about our current predicament.
Well said.
I will now head to Jiangxia. The governor there, Lord Liu Qi, owes me a favor. We may be able to ask him for protection.
A favor, eh? Just what kind of scheme did you pull?
Oh. It was nothing, really. Lord Guan Yu, I would like you to accompany me to Jiangxia. We will borrow his troops, then return to escort Lord Liu Bei.
Very well. Zhao Fei, Zhao Yun, take care of Liu Bei until I return.
Of course.
With my life.
Thank you. All of you. My life is in your hands. It looks like they're off our tail. Though, given what we've lost, it's hard to feel much joy.
Brother.
Lord Liu Bei, please do not be disheartened. For we've never had the luxury of time to lament. It is true that we've lost much. But, because of that, you have gained something much greater, my lord. Precisely so. We will be attempting to put the Longzong plan into action. If it succeeds, your strength will grow to rival that of Cao Cao and Sun Quan. Cao Cao will most likely continue his southward advance. In order to stop him, we must ally with Wu, who also opposes him.
Hold on. You say we're to ally with Wu, but will they be willing to take on Cao Cao?
Judging from what I hear of Wu, they would be likely to prioritize peace within their borders and among their own people. If they are hesitant to fight and opt to surrender, would that not cause everything to fall apart?
Indeed. And I do not intend to drag Lord Liu Biao, nor Lord Sun Quan, into a conflict. Even more so if they are unwilling to go to war.
I am fairly certain that, like us, those in Wu do not wish to see Jing fall into Cao Cao's hands. They must know that he will be their enemy eventually. It may take time for them to decide, but I expect they will stand up and fight. But for now, let us reorganize our forces in Jiangxia. That is the first step.
It pains me to admit it, but I was in over my head. My desire to lead the people to freedom led to some losing their lives. Even so, I just had to try. The people of Jing wanted me to lead them. Needed me to. If I had left them behind, I could never again have spoken of my ideal for a world in which all can live as they wish. Yes, I suppose that's true. I must think of it that way. Our troubles have yet to pass. We may face further sacrifice if we are to rout Cao Cao. Yet, I shall fight to the very end and fulfill my aspirations for the sake of those who are devoted to me. I suppose that sounds like something Lord Cao Cao would say. Perhaps it is only now that I bear the weight of these lives on my shoulders that I am able to stand shoulder to shoulder with such a giant. At any rate, let us wait for Zhuge Liang. I trust that his return shall herald an alliance with Wu.
We have returned.
Oh, greetings, my friends. How went negotiations?
The fleet commanded by Wu's General Zhou Yu awaits at Fan Ko, ready for battle. Before long, they shall take up arms against Cao Cao's advance force.
Then that means?
Indeed. Lord Xuan Chuan has decided to join hands with Lord Liu Bei in his fight against Cao Cao.
Well, auspicious news indeed. You have my sincere thanks, Lord Lu Su.
I fear that without Zhuge Liang's tenacity, Wu may have long since chosen surrender.
Tenacity, you say?
I suppose it was necessary to draw those advocating surrender into a debate. He acted as quite the villain, to put it lightly.
No need to hold back. I'm sure he wasn't acting. After all, he's always had a disagreeable personality.
We're in front of the man himself. Allow me to keep my opinions to myself.
Even if we've secured an alliance with Wu, the fact remains that our forces are scarce in number. That Lord Sun Quan decided to fight with us means he must have seen some chance of winning. And what is this path to victory that you have envisaged?
To compensate for our numerical disadvantage, we will intercept the enemy on the river. After discussions with Lord Zhou Yu, we decided the battle would take place at Chibi, in Jing. There, we will rendezvous with Wu's navy.
So, we're taking the fight to the water. Perhaps that may offer some chance of winning.
Most of Cao Cao's men were raised north of the Central Plains. To speak plainly, they are inexperienced when it comes to naval combat. The people of Wu, conversely, were practically born with their sea legs. No doubt this will offer a huge advantage in the fighting ahead.
Still, this is Cao Cao we're facing. Surely he will attack with enough numbers to cancel out that advantage. Yet, on the water, such caution will only work against him.
That massive fleet, tired from the long journey, will be disorganized. Fatigue will lower morale, and the Yangtze will hamper their maneuvers. The enemy won't be able to deploy quickly, which will effectively immobilize them.
And when that happens, we shall set them ablaze. Thus shall Cao Cao's forces lose any hope of fleeing and sink into the Yangtze.
Amazing. Do you truly think we could pull off such a feat?
This is no time for conjecture, my lord. We simply must. Our lives depend on it.
Lord Lu Su. Yes. It is as you say. All the more reason for us to hurry to the rendezvous. To Chibi, with all speed.
peaches! Get your peaches! Fresh picked and juicy peaches! You, sir, fancy a peach today?
I'll take 3.
You got it! Many thanks! Oh! Ah!
Whoa! It's Lord Liu Bei!
The people seem to be living relatively carefree lives. All thanks to your benevolence, brother.
I hope that's the case.
They used to be down in the dirt alongside us, and now they're living happily. Having put our lives at risk for them was worth it.
Yes, I agree. This is what I sought to achieve. Because of all of you, it has become a reality. Thank you.
We must not grow satisfied yet. Gaining Jing Province was only the beginning. The first step in seeing your will realized throughout the land, my lord.
I shall remember that. When our army was formed, I was full of baseless confidence. I felt sure we'd be able to accomplish great things. That's something I continue to believe. But I now have a basis for that confidence. And that's all of you. So, shall we begin? What is most important now is the realization of a just world. There you are. The 4 of us were just talking about you.
Without a doubt, your deeds in the last battle were heroic. According to military regulations, you must be rewarded with a rank and command befitting your achievements.
Then again, your ability to act freely is your strong point, isn't it? I get the feeling a position like this wouldn't suit you all that well.
We discussed it among ourselves, but could not come to a consensus in the end. That is why we would like you to choose. First, there's the path of the general and a life of public prominence. You may find yourself feeling a bit more stifled than you do now. Still, the fame and standing a generalship provides is well worth it. Or, you may support us from the shadows without an official position. You may find this role somewhat lacking in benefits, but in exchange, you can maintain a life of freedom.
You'll hear no objections from us, no matter which road you take. The choice is entirely up to you.
I see. A good choice, I believe. Having you take up a command grants me no small measure of reassurance.
Well, this is promising, isn't it? I think our comrade here deserves to have a fitting title.
A fitting title, you say? You ask much of me, Zhang-Fei. That said, I do owe you a great deal. I will have to think of something that reflects my trust in you.